So as you can see, we're in my kitchen today, and it is a brand new kitchen because I just moved into a brand new place. The past few videos that I've made have been Australia videos. First, a Vegemite. Second, I tried Tim Tam Slams. And today, we're gonna be making lamingtons. So here is the thing. I've never had lamingtons before. I don't really know what they are. I'm just gonna make some based on a recipe that I found. And I'm gonna hope that they turn out right. I get the basic idea. They appear to be a sponge-like dense cake wrapped in desiccated coconut and chocolate with jam in the middle. And they're squares. And they're cute. So what I have is 250 grams of gluten-free flour and 3 tablespoons of baking soda. I whisked it together already, so we don't have to do that together. And in this bowl, I have 180 grams of sugar. That seemed like an awful lot of sugar to me. 150 grams of unsalted butter, softened. And I also have a half teaspoon of vanilla extract. And I'm supposed to whisk this with a hand blender. I don't have a hand blender. What I have is a whisk. I'm gonna have to whisk this by myself, and I'm just supposed to whisk it until it's pale and fluffy. I also don't have a mixing bowl. What I have is 2 cereal bowls. I just moved in, leave me alone. So one thing you have to know is I'm not particularly good at cooking at all. I'm actually really bad at it. I have broccoli on the stove that's been going for a long time because I figure if I cook it at a low speed, I can't mess it up. And so far that's worked for me. My little brother is a very, very good chef. And every time that he talks to me about cooking, he gets really upset and has to stop talking to me about cooking because last time he found out I was boiling onions, which is something you're not supposed to do, apparently. Now, y'all might think that sounds crazy. To me, it sounded like I'm making a soup, I need onions. I'll just put them in the soup. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to cook them first. Just so you know. I'm gonna call this pale and fluffy. It's not gonna get fluffy because I used coconut sugar. Maybe that was a dumb decision. I've also already preheated the oven to 180 degrees Celsius. And the next thing that I'm supposed to do is add 3 eggs, one at a time. And now we're running into the problem that I kind of always suspected would be a problem, which is that I don't have a mixing bowl. But luckily, I do have a big brain. And so what I've decided to do is use this pot that's full of potatoes. Just shut up. I don't even have a plate. What do I do? They've cooled a little. So now what I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to add half of the flour mixture and then add the other half. Now we're almost done, so I know, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. My dignity is already suffering. I'm going to add all of the mixture that I just made into my pot. And then I'm going to add half of the flour mixture into my pot also. Ooh, cute. What is that cloud? All right, I should have known. Half the flour, stir in half the milk. I was supposed to stir in half the milk. Okay, there's milk. Okay, I'm gonna add 120 milliliters of lactose-free milk. Now this is where I'm starting to get worried. You may be able to see it on my face. I feel like I'm fucking it up, but you know what? Literal worst case scenario, I'll go out and buy some and then I'll pull an Alton Brown and just take them out of the oven, pretend I made them. 120 milliliters of milk. Baking is a science. It is a very exact science, and if you fuck it up, your shit's gonna be fucked up. But you know, at this point, we're doing it anyways. So here's what I have to say. It actually looks really fucking good. It looks like a cake batter. It looks tasty, it looks delicious, it's a little bit gummy, it has like a mochi texture a little bit. I think this might turn out really well actually, and I did remember to preheat the oven. So, it's got raw eggs. It's got raw eggs. All right, here's my loaf pan that I've greased and put parchment paper into. I learned an incredible trick that if you cut the corners out of the parchment paper, it will lay flat. I've gone 30 years of my life without knowing that. Hopefully you won't have to. So I've taken care of business. All that's left to do is pour it into the pan and then bake it. Oh, the temptation to lick this food. Some stuff that I've learned is that baking powder makes stuff rise, and that a sponge cake rises a lot, hopefully. So this is a sponge that I'm making, and I'm really praying it rises. If you make this, it's probably not going to be brown like mine, because you probably won't use coconut sugar. Here she is. I'm going to put it in the oven for 25 minutes. Oh yeah! All right. I'll see you when those are done. Okay, my timer has dinged. I'm gonna check on the lamingtons now. Or the cake part, at least. Ooh! Wait, is she okay? Hello? It's brown. Like me. Wow. It looks pretty good. I'm supposed to stick a skewer inside of it to see if it comes out clean. I don't have a skewer, I have a bamboo knife. And she's clean. Let me try again. I did such a good job. Okay, I'm gonna show you the sponge. Hello, here she is. Now she is a little lumpy. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let her cool and I'm gonna make the icing. Back here in the dark enclave of space, you can see that I have a red pan with butter and milk in it. Back in there, I have 140 milliliters of milk and 20 grams of butter. And now I'm supposed to be adding 20 grams of cocoa powder. Turns out it was supposed to be 15 grams of butter. We're gonna have a buttery icing. I'm supposed to add 20 grams of cocoa powder and 480 grams of icing sugar. So I'm gonna add that now. 480 grams, is that the whole damn thing? It's the whole damn thing. And now 20 grams of cocoa powder. Okay. Got it. All right. 20 grams. Oh. Hello? I already opened you. Okay. A knife. 20 grams. Snow-peaked mountain. So now I'm supposed to cut the cakes into squares. Then cut those squares in half. I'm actually supposed to cut the whole cake in half and then cut them into squares, but I'm not fucking around with that. So I'm gonna cut the cake into squares, cut those squares in half, and then I'm supposed to put jam on each individual square, make little sandwiches, roll them in this, and then roll them into desiccated coconut. But first, I'm gonna let all of this cool. I'm gonna cool the icing and I'm gonna cool the cake. And then I'll be back again. Listen. I have ADHD, it's been about 15 minutes. That is the upper limit of my ability to wait for this to be ready. So I'm just going in, I'm gonna cut a small lamington and I'm gonna make a small lamington. And if it's fucked up, it's fucked up. But I have to know now. So let's go. So this is my desiccated coconut. I'm just doing a little bit because I'm not doing the whole thing of lamingtons. Do you know how much time that would take to do the whole thing of lamingtons and then eat them? I'm working with my strengths here. I've got my chocolate icing. I hope you can see that. And I've got, the lamingtons are back here. Now, as you probably could have guessed, I don't have a wire rack. I just moved into this place. So I have my lamingtons cooling on my gas range. Now I can feel that they are still warm. So I'm just gonna, listen, I know you don't want me to do it. I know that. I don't want me to do it either. But I have to. So I'm just going to mitigate by taking a corner, just a corner. I made them, so I'm gonna take the best corner there is. So far, so good. Now, as far as the jam goes, I have plum jam. That is what my stage manager, I've never tried it, and I on purpose didn't try it because I wanted to try it in this video. And you know what? The cake is a little cool, and I'm gonna put a lot of jam, and I feel like I'm gonna get to have a lamington because I didn't wait for it to cool. I didn't wait overnight so that I could frost them. I didn't do any of that. But I'm gonna do it anyways. And I feel like I'm winning because I get to just do it. So here we go. This is my lamington sandwich. I think I need more jam than that. I'm gonna put more jam. There we go. Now, quickly, I'm going to roll up my sleeves, dip her in the icing, dip her in the desiccated coconut, and then take a fucking bite. I'm gonna slam it. Okay. Icing. Why didn't she? I think my icing cooled too much. Okay, icing. Oh my god, it's really thick. It must be normal. Okay, icing. Cool. Now, desiccated coconut. She's so cute. Okay. Here you go. A lamington. Let me bring her up there. A tasty, gluten-free lamington. Okay, now I'm gonna take a bite. It looks really good. That fucked so hard. Oh my god. I'm really glad I did this. I really suggest that you make yourself some lamingtons. It was worth it. Bye. Have a good day.